Welcome to the program. This is What's Your Story? My name is Catherine Mwangi. Today we're here at the Trademark Hotel, situated at the Village Market in Nairobi. Our guest today is someone who's no stranger in the world of literature, not just here in Kenya, but globally as well. He is on the verge of what's normal and what's insane. So I do not know what to call that. Intelligentsia, insanity, somewhere in between, because he's just genius. You're made of genius material. Prolific author, Tony MOCHAMA.
Yes. It's so nice to see you, and you're looking both like a tigress and a goddess. Yeah. The dress of a tigress and the posture of a goddess.
Trust you. Well, thank you. It's so good to have you.
It's wonderful.
It's been many years since we last had this chat.
COVID makes everything look like many years.
Yeah.
That COVID-19, like 2020, it's just, it's the lost year.
Yes.
So it's not been that long.
Yeah.
It's just that there was that COVID period.
Yeah.
And, well, it's ongoing, but it makes everything look sort of like suspended.
Yeah.
And then stretched out.
Yeah.
So it's not been as long.
Yeah. But you agree with my description of you, because that's how I see you. Like, this cusp, on the cusp of intelligence bordering into insanity, which you describe as eccentric, but I think it's deeper than that.
Of course, all artistry, if you dig deep enough into it, one has to be careful with everything like you play with mentally, because if you are to convince other people, especially through writing, you sort of have to really dig deep into yourself. And also even with the constructs and, the skills to do that. That's why a lot of artists, I think, are a bit crazy.
Yeah, but yours is on another level.
Okay, the truth is I've won a lot of awards. I think I've won more awards for writing than right now than any other Kenyan writer.
See?
Right now.
Right now. See?
Right now.
See?
Yeah. So
See?
Yeah.
Do you ever sit with people?
Yeah.
Do you ever sit with people and you can't be modest here, and think, gosh, you're so shallow?
If you drink and then you're having a conversation, drink doesn't help. Sadly, my father was quite an educated man, but liked his drink too much. I'll tell you a funny story.
Yes.
He had a friend called Tameno, and I was there to witness this.
Okay.
Buying quarter kilo of meat on the way home. Those days, they would give you quarter kilo as a gift. You land on the stage and you're going home. My father saw my report form, because he was drinking like at 4 in the afternoon. I'm like 10 years old. So he's like, Tony, where's your report form? So I give him this, report form. Then he looks, then, he shows his friend. He says, Tony's a very clever boy. Then he says, Tameno, your children are always struggling with who is number last and who is second last. He says, and do you know why? He said, it's because you married a stupid woman, a barmaid. And Tameno thanked him. I saw my own dad being thumped. In later life, I was like, okay. So,
okay.
Yeah, so of course.
It started there. Now that you've brought up your dad, tell us about your beginnings. We've actually never discussed your beginnings. Tony, where are you from?
I'm from Nairobi West. Born and bred.
Okay.
The west side is always the best side. Yeah.
And school?
Yes. School, I was in a Catholic parochial school.
Okay.
And then I was in Starehe Boys. And then I did law at the University of Nairobi. Then I went for a master's in Hazen University, Russia. Yeah.
So you studied law?
Yes.
Wanting to become a lawyer?
Too many Perry Mason books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you encounter the creature called the affidavit, you think law is exciting.
Okay,
yeah. Until you encounter the tiresome affidavit when you're doing your clinicals. Yeah, it's not.
Then what happens?
Once you encounter the affidavit,
that's it.
You're cured of your romance of the law. Yeah.
It becomes business.
Yeah, and it's because my dad was always saying like, like you Tony, you'll be a good. That's how he used to talk.
He talks like that.
He was like, you'll be a very good lawyer. So you're very good at English and history and these things. You'll be a good lawyer. Yes.
So that's how you studied law? Oh, you wanted
that
to?
and Perry Masons. And then walking home past the, like, those days you could walk through High Court. Now I think it's the Supreme Court to catch your matatus at Gill House. So you walk from Catholic Parochial. It's next to that Holy Family Basilica. And you pass through. You pass through that corridor. And then you can get into the courts. So we'd sort of enact scenes.
Right.
Yeah, like we'd enact, like, cause someone sits on the judge's bench. It's hard to believe these days. And there was even always the distinct smell of urine. Yeah. So this was that time. It's not like today on a perembua, you're being, there, you know. Yeah. You can't even dream of that. So we had this fantasy playland, like on our way home, we stop at the courts. And we make up like cases and so on.
Nice.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. So what did you get out of law?
I got everything in life is a narrative. Yeah. You might as well hate a cardiologist for your heart problems. If we are divorcing, just for example, and we are fighting over property, the lawyers are hated because they represent the societal disease of conflict. Yeah? People hate lawyers. But it's because they have to, people will be quarreling all the time without structure, without rules. So it's human ugliness on display, but at a highly skilled level of like combat. Yeah? So, like
Because of this, using intelligence.
And rules, which you have to learn, because you have to fight in civilized ways. Otherwise, it becomes medieval. You know, when people say, in Kisii, they say, oh, no morogi. Say you can ban that one, you can have vigilante justice. So there has to be a codified system that has to be studied so that all ugliness is channeled through a procedure and a certain wisdom applied to it. So people should really stop hating. Yeah, I enjoy a good lawyer joke, jokes at expenses of lawyers as anyone else, but it's not fair. It's like hating, like a doctor, like hating the Gikonyos because of heart disease. The problem is the heart disease. Yeah. But doctors are seen as heroes because they are curing viruses and bacteria and conditions. Yeah. Lawyers are also helping to cure human condition. Yeah. So people should hate themselves when they end up there. And sometimes you do get justice. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes, yes.
So you chose not to practice it after school?
I got a scholarship to Russia.
To Russia, it had to be Russia with you. I mean, like, what are the odds that it had to be Russia?
It was, I don't know.
Okay. Yes, and what did you do there?
I did a diploma in Russian literature. Yes. In
so
Hazen University.
Ikakuja kando, or you were just saying, let me go see what this is about because the scholarship is here.
Yes. Through a very kind guy called Mikhail Yosel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got that. So I went there, and then I'd been dabbling in newspapers. So by the time I came back, I was really like, do I really want to hang out with Kefa Momani? Kefa would keep telling me, one day it will be Ombati, the Kisii. Yeah. So it will be Ombati and Mochama here. And I thought, I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah. It was an easy decision to make.
I was away for like 18 months. Okay. Yeah, because it's just a diploma. But during that time, I knew when I was coming back to Kenya, I was like, no, I'm not going to.
And how old were you then?
I was fairly young.
Yeah.
Yes.
You still are, Tony.
Okay. I was, so now I can admit how young I was then. I was like 26.
Okay.
Yes.
And you knew I'm not doing law, I'm pursuing literature.
Yeah, I decided and media was the closest avenue to, you can write, you can at least, you can have a career of some sort. Yeah, because you also don't want to be those broke writers at a certain age. And you don't want to be like, Dostoevsky in a cold water flat somewhere and just, and people saying, you see what happens to these artists. So
you were not going to be that?
No, I did.
Your parents are okay with your decision?
Unfortunately, It's not funny, but they happened to exit the scene, the earthly scene, around this time.
Okay.
But
okay.
I'm sure, yeah.
They're celebrating you now.
No, I'm sure my dad must have been like, Tony, what the hell are you doing from somewhere? I'm not sure he's celebrating. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Okay, I see. So you came back, you knew that you want to write, and you have been building and growing that talent forever since then.
Yeah, you could say that.
No,
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
like
but,
you have done extremely well for yourself. You actually give hope to writers when they see just how far along you've come.
Writing is not the easiest thing, but one must also take it, I think, like as a discipline. A lot of writers are very romantic about the idea. So you just say, I'll just get dreadlocks, or, I'll be just, or a red felt hat. Yeah. And there's a very romantic sort of indisciplined approach to writing. And I always think, at least weekdays, don't ask me about weekends, but at least weekdays. I'm an early morning person. So it's better just, wake up, if it's your 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, when you're most creative, put in 2 hours. You will get stuff done. You'll be shocked at how much stuff you get done. Just do that. Don't do anything else. Just 2-3 hours. And then if it's a daily habit, you find you're starting to build up, yeah. And law has also helped me to structure, like, arguments, the same way you'd structure arguments in court. You don't want your plots to be all over the place. Yeah. You want to know exactly. So you plan. You do your plot lines, you do your outlines, and you give yourself deadlines.
And the discipline you have just explained, especially in your case, you wake up by 3 a.m.
Yeah.
4 a.m.
Around there.
And you put in 2 hours.
Every
day?
Every weekday.
Every weekday, Monday to Friday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
So prolific doesn't just come.
No. And once it's a habit, it's a habit.
Yeah.
You find yourself, you're just waking up and you go straight, like I'm lucky I have a home office. So you go there and then you do your stuff and then you keep ticking it off. So it's quite boring like that. You're like, where have I reached? And am I keeping up to my
deadlines?
Like my deadlines and my schedule. Like this book. This was the Moreland Miles book, and they had said they'll give us 2.4 million for 1 year for the guys who gave the idea, and they said they'll pay it monthly. This book really helped me also. Now for the worst, craziest deadlines, because they're just like, you do your 10,000 words a month, because they want a book that is at least 120,000 words. So
so you divide the total by the number of months, you get your 10,000 a month.
Yes.
Wow.
It's not as a romantic.
Yes.
Occasionally that comes. Yeah. That zone, and it is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It is so insane when it comes.
Yeah.
But it's not there all the time. The rest of the time is
it's work.
It's work.
Yeah. It's grinding.
But when it comes,
it's
best
nothing like it.
Wonderful. When you are totally lost, when you are deep inside that world, nothing else exists.
So what's that book about before you put it down?
It's about some old man who's 88 in 2063. And it's really about the technology. Well, he's a gambler. Yeah. So there's like a betting going on and so on. And he has a gamble that might cost him his life. But it's really a book about like the technologies. It was an excuse. That's why it won the proposal. It was an excuse to bring out a plausible world, like what things will look like based on current technologies, to extrapolate into that world. A place where we won't be stuck. Like, tribe is beautiful, but we are in this room where you've got, like Rubik cube houses, so you can wake up, like, Catherine, if you have an apartment, like, you can wake up, like, on the 9th floor, facing one direction, like that, and then the cars already we are phasing out fossil fuel, so the driverless sort of vehicles, the sort of like medicine, the dream recordings when they map your neurons, where people can actually see like their own dreams later, like replayed through, you know, neurological patterning. So that no one ever forgets such a thing probably will be a hit, who knows. All these technologies we have now, they are going somewhere.
Yeah.
Nanobots, there'll be no need to be killing animals or anything at one point. They're cooking like hamburgers, meat. They're making meat in the lab. So you have to imagine all that technology does like in 40-something years. But you have to have a basis right now. We are in Trademark Hotel. Already Japanese have got like robots that just, which is alienatory.
Yeah.
And you know, there are people in this world who don't move from anywhere. I was telling my cousin in America, she's about our age, but I was telling her, Nelly, you'll become fat. Because during COVID, she finally now is working at, she like everything, and there everything is delivered. This delivery culture we have. So you can imagine a totally isolated world where we don't have to be in this room. These Zooms are just the beginning. And a strange generation that lives almost without interaction, unless you want to. But even they do not relate to that, being born into. It's also scary.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, it's fun to come, see you, say, hey, Tigress, you know, Katerina, and so on. But we are starting to see, and the guys will just like be staying, literally, staying in homes, and the economies are still functioning. Yeah, that's going to be.
So hence 2063?
Yes, last mile bet.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes place in one day. That's why there's this Salvador Dali clock.
Okay.
Falling apart.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will discuss this book in a bit.
Yes.
And other things that I want to ask you about, which I know you don't expect me to, but I will.
I had a funny feeling.
You had a funny feeling? You just maintain that funny feeling. We'll be back to explore it after the break. Welcome back to the program. This is What's Your Story? Today we have prolific author and writer Tony MOCHAMA. He is the most celebrated and awarded author in Kenya to date. And there's a reason for that. He explained that in part one of the show. It's a discipline that you have to have. So don't romanticize writing. It's work, and it's grueling work, if I must say so. Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah. I celebrated, no. I was most awarded is what I said.
If you're awarded, you're celebrated.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my genius.
Yes.
If you're awarded, you're celebrated. It's a form of celebration. Okay. Yes, I know where you're going, and I know your modesty, you're feeling a bit, but it is what it is. Okay. Good. So I see you carried the Standard. You're a columnist on the Standard every Friday. You have an article there. That's how I got to know about you years ago. I would buy the Standard. I mean, just a person with no money buying the Standard back then to read your article, because I used to understand nothing. You know, the language in which you write. I mean, I'm like, what is this dude saying? It was funny to me. Like, it was like this puzzle. I have to understand today I'll understand. And I just read it. I'm like, I don't get it. I used to be fascinated. Still am.
You're a very, let's say, lingually hardworking person. Yeah.
No, but what is that style of writing you employ in your articles in the Standard every Friday?
No, it's just one. Yeah.
Because
we have the Nairobian, which is one of these. And I always say, it's one. It's the persona that I took on as Smita.
Yeah.
But it's one of those sort of, not annoying. I'm not annoyed, but yeah, guys always say it's...
And you blast everyone and everything.
Yeah, people like that in like everyone likes some celebrity or people. Guys like mean a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people like it. Yeah. You know, and especially back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they're like, who does this celeb think he is? So if you're the mean person who can, you know, like throw a bit of a grenade in there.
Throw shade, major shade.
Yeah. Guys like shade. And in Kenya, I don't know if you guys used to do mchongo, no?
Yes. What do you mean? I don't know you guys. What are you saying? I'm Kenyan. We used to.
So yes. So people do like, especially Kenyans. Kenyans are very mean, like on Twitter. No one compares. When it's time, yeah. And I know you've traveled a lot, but you'll never find that culture of KOT. Yeah. When guys are just being and they make everything funny. Yeah. So they're always making fun of you know some current. If you open your phone, Kenyan forwards are mean, funny.
Yes.
So before all this social media, I was just tapping into exactly that with known people.
It's amazing.
You know? Yeah.
I mean, no, it's really...
Yeah, it's mchongano.
Yeah, that's all it is,
It is. It's just mchongano, but elevated.
Elevated.
And put in newspaper space.
Yeah, 2.0 version of mchongano.
Yeah, when I write about Nairobian wannabes, that's in the Nairobian. The wannabes, people also like that one.
Yes.
Because it's also, you know, just mocking.
Yeah. That's actually what it is.
Sort of the middle classes.
Yes.
And, you know, certain behaviors or pretensions.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So with you, when it comes to your personal life, what did you do with the money that you got was it a few years ago? The money is not the question.
Yes.
Is why did you get the money?
I got the money because two people, I call them the witch and the sheep. I'm sorry. That's what I call them. And they have been proven to be thus. Even they were condemned in a judgment. The person I call the witch is Professor Wambui Mwangi. I won't mention an NGO, but it's this new feminism. And I've nothing. I've only respect for women, deep, especially because of my late mother and so on, who is the one who was our fundamental breadwinner, a very ambitious corporate person. But the other one, the one whom I've used the B word on, Shelja Patel, they conspired to cook up sexual allegations, charges against me during a poetry meeting. And they raised money. Sadly, this is where NGOs, some have reached in this country. It's Me Too movement, it's this, and they're supported, you know, by housewives. I call them housewives in Connecticut, LGBT, we are lesbian, we are this. There's a lot of that money. And it's the late Binyavanga who explained this to me when I didn't know why that nightmare was happening to me. He said, Tony, you have been caught in perfect crosshairs. Or like I made fun of Patel a few times in that smeater. She was very hoity-toity. But I was like, what's going on? Yeah? And I'll never forget that week. I remember the date, September 22nd, 2014, when I opened, like, you know, my mail, phone calls. I even thought my sister in America was dead. I was shaking. I was like, okay, what's going on? And then I'm thinking, that party, in the afternoon, that poetry meeting and bash, when was this? So there's this vague story, and they were keeping it vague, because it was for social media benefit first. And later on, we saw even the fundraising that was happening. So Shelja was busy taking care of me in terms of personal, because of, you know, ego can't handle having been made fun of. When you said, we just spoke about this. And Wambui was busy fundraising and doing her thing.
Fundraising for what?
For the case. That's what they do. They say they are fighting a media empire, surely. A mere journalist and columnist. Yeah? Kwa gazeti. These ones who Uhuru says, we write and tomorrow, even by evening, they are wrapping up our things. but you are presented as this person. And because I remember even, the Standard Media Group, after checking out things, I wasn't being fired. So they said that there's an entire media empire, standing behind him. Then they kept going to places. The funding for this thing, they tried to stop it. Miles Morland, the multimillionaire, who is very generous with, literature things, Miles Morland was like, if you wanted people of great character, because he didn't know what was up, he said you'd have gone to a nunnery and gotten those women from the convent to write books. They tried Pen International. Yeah, and that one they have tried because I'm Secretary General in Kenya of Pen International. Yeah, and we had to leave some places like Kwani, but very few of their things worked. Yeah, and even the CID woman who investigated that thing, because it was a Mkali woman, she's called Julian Wanyama, gender desk. She said, "Nyinyi ndio mna at first, but 3 weeks later, she was like, where do you meet these people? In Mathare. Because as she interviewed people like Shelja, you start finding out, gee, there's bipolar here. But meanwhile, our friend is running a very calculated campaign. But I had to fight them back. Yeah, because I was falling apart.
Yeah.
It was a terrible week. You feel like you're losing your mind, Kathy. Yeah, it's not. It's a terrible thing, even to be accused of that you attempted to assault somebody.
Yeah.
It's the worst type of thing. But you asked earlier how lawyering comes in. There was a part of me that was like, this happening. Even my fiction part, I was like, this happening to fictional Mochama. Because I could understand how people get like suicidal and so on. People are on your neck through Twitter. They don't know.
Yeah.
But I said, this is not happening to me. I literally said that. I said, this is happening to this other guy. Yeah, it's happening to Smita. Then I said, now Mochama has to think like a lawyer. So I realized what these people are doing is so much defamation. So as we started gathering things, I went to the lawyer. I went to, HR Tuesday while they were busy doing their things. Then I was with Cecil Miller first, who referred me to, another firm with a woman. He said, women, you need a female lawyer. Although it's Felix Mutua who eventually won the case.
Okay.
So I was gathering now. I was like, let me screenshot everything. There's a newspaper, they put a full page. They went on Larry Madowo when he was very popular. So I was like, these people, however long it takes, there'll be justice done.
And how long was it?
It was 5 years. Wow. And they were delaying. They tried, they wanted to tire witnesses like Wanjerin Deru Musembi. She's a hero. And my lawyer, Felix. But Felix, at least, him is Felix Mutua. But they would delay cases. They travel. Yeah? Someone like that, Patel, is like a rat. She moves here and there. Who's not in the country, Wambo is unwell. So that they wear you out.
Yes.
And Patel has run away. Yeah. So justice hasn't been done in terms of Patel running away. She's teaching in a university of women. Yeah. Which is Americans' right. They have lesbian universities now. It's called the University of Women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's there. So she's benefited also. It's weird. All of us have benefited, but I still feel justice hasn't been done.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like to see happen?
I would have liked somebody like Wambui, like that house she has in Loresh, for her to pay her own money. Not money she has fundraised from misguided lesbians or whatever, and other people from America. Justice should be somebody facing that. Somebody like Patel really should be in jail. Yeah, she committed contempt of court after that. She suggested that lady judge was corrupt. I won't mention the judge's name, but it's somebody who is so respected, somebody who has handed down harsh sentences, and I kept to men, for the similar. So I'm happy this process throughout was my witness, the chief one, was a woman who's a feminist activist, human rights activist, Wanjeri Nderu. The one who investigated Juliana Wanyama was a Luya woman,
Tough.
big. Staff from Gender Desk, their Spring Valley, I'm happy about that. The person at the DPP's office, yeah, that one I won't mention, yeah, but it was a lady. Maybe I can give her first name. She's called Pauline.
Okay.
And then it was handled by just that Ida.
A lady justice.
A lady justice, which is the best thing.
Yes.
So that these stories, nobody says that they are waiting.
Yeah.
They say, patriarchy. They have that language.
Yes, yes.
They say, he was freed because of misogynistic, male patriarchy, hierarchy. They are freeing their fellow man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy that, and they've really tried to spoil our justice. That same week, those two rugby boys got gang rape. The ones who got their 15 years. The same week that I was. So I was a bit happy about that because they were trying to say immediately after the judgment, our justice system is rotten. It's to Mzungus. And Mzungus secretly always think we are kangaroo courts. It's a racism. They always think those Africans have not learned how to. Yeah. So I saw the comments from abroad, just racist.
Yeah.
They're like as if we are Idi Amin. Someone was like, those Idi Amin courts of yours. And yet you can see even what our judiciary is doing right now, Kathy, in saving us.
Yes.
Or, well, whether we support BBI or not, but at least...
There's a process we can see. It's in the open.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and we are very sophisticated.
Yes.
And our systems are sophisticated. Yeah. But if you go to some of those countries, you meet someone from Kentucky, you look at you, Catherine, uongee kizungu yako, you'll start wondering, first you'll think you're Black American, then you look at you, then you'll wonder, when you say Kenya, they'll say, if you figure out it's in Africa, so what schools did you go to in America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay. I'm glad you've spoken about it. I've always wanted to ask you. And if you felt ambushed, I'm sorry.
No, I think it's my story.
It's your
and
story.
You always get deep into,
Yeah.
I think it would have been remiss.
So is your heart healed?
I'm okay. But I still think, like I said, it's like the bad guys still got away.
Well, what I'll tell you is...
Yeah? Like Aish Patel could come back, we have an arrest warrant for aende Lang'ata avae pajamas kidogo.
What you have to know and believe is at times the vengeance that we desire on our enemies is usually paid through. You may not know what they're going through now. So you may come to find later in life that they had 10 years of pain or hardship or this and that. So for you right now, they may seem to be thriving. But there's a Swahili phrase, there's no wrong that goes unanswered or unjustified. None. You may not know. You may not know. But it has to come back. And you'll know later in life, oh my God, that's what happened. You may find they're even struggling with a terminal disease, which is far more vengeance than wearing those overalls you're talking about. Yes. So you never ever have to worry about the state or status of someone who's done you wrong.
Catherine, and I'm so happy. This is why I call you Zarina. Most people, I thought you were about to talk about forgiveness and so on. And I was about to say, in Russia, because of that nation, was hurt. When Hitler went in there and just cut through Operation Barbarossa, burning city, he killed like 20 million Russians. Yeah. The Russians always say, you will do them. But you'll remember one day that Russia has 11 time zones. So you'll attack cities, keep going. But one time winter will come, your lines will be stretched, and then you will die in Stalingrad. Yeah? You will die. And they say they are Borganet, Stalingrad. There are no gods in Stalingrad. And they also say the Moscow bear does not forgive. And they say Russian tears freeze in your face. So, and that's exactly how I felt. I was like, these guys, let them advance. but they'll reach Stalingrad. So I'm glad you have not talked of Christian charity.
It has its place, but also vengeance has its place in Christianity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even in all these corrupt things we have,
Yeah.
I'm a great believer in crime and punishment.
Yeah.
Like the Dostoevsky book. Good deeds should be rewarded. There should be crime and punishment.
Yeah, I agree. We're
So
on
I'm
the same
very-
page.
Thank you.
The Bible
Yes,
says,
yes.
vengeance is mine, says the Lord. So if the Lord himself wants to carry out vengeance on your behalf,
Yes.
so forgiveness will come.
Yes.
And I'm always saying, look, I don't have to have both happening at the same time.
Yes.
But if someone has wronged me and
Badly.
badly,
Yes.
and you know
Yes.
very well what
Yes.
you're saying is a lie, you will pay for it.
Yes. It's easy to forgive someone who has...
When you know they're dying.
Yeah. Like, you're like, man, prof. You're a bad person, but...
Before we run out of
Yes,
time talking
yes.
about this, tell me about
Yes.
your latest book, which you launched the other day at the Moroccan ambassador's residence,
Yes.
whom you introduced us to. Thank you very much.
Yes. He's also very impressed.
Yes.
You guys.
Oh, okay.
You yourself, yes.
So what is this book about, Tony?
Yeah. This book is, it's about political, it's called Political Parties After Political Parties. And it's about the 60-year history of our parties, from KANU to KADU to KPU to the current parties, well, at least as of December 2020.
Okay.
And just how parties take power, how they seize power, how they correlate with each other, because they're the key thing in Kenya. It's always about these parties.
Yeah.
I wanted Kenyans to understand just
Yes.
both their history, but how these parties correlate with each other, how they get power,
Okay.
and with Mwananchi. Yeah, when Mwananchi is persuaded, abused, cajoled,
Yes.
into these changing things.
Yeah.
Just to know also the impermanence of parties in Kenya. They're just
Yeah.
when I say vehicles, they are not political vehicles in the normal sense. I keep saying they're like matatus, but very strange matatus. They'll always have, the driver is there, sometimes the co-driver, as you have seen right at the top, the co-driver I want to grab the steering wheel from you. Yeah? So we are fighting. There's always a tout, like Morave or Tuju. Those are the touts. Yeah? They'll throw you out, and the car is moving. They'll just say, come here, we don't like you. Found your touts. And I've tried to sort of break this down in both an informative and hopefully entertaining, but also academic and historical way, about the matatus we call political parties. And that's it's political parties after political parties.
Like party after party.
Exactly. Yeah, these ones are party after party after party, but they mean nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just.
Okay.
I saw the other day they said they'll remove the handshakes due to Kopamoja, Pialala, T-Beam, NASA, and we're heading to that season.
Okay.
So you won't find a party, well, other than KANU, it's sort of been around. It was dead for some time, but it's revamped quite recently. But you'll find they're just...
they have no longevity.
None. Yeah, they just...
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're coming into a political writer phase. Soon you'll go into, what do they call them? Asylum? That's the one. Soon that's what we are seeing you now.
Yes.
The next conversation you'll be in somewhere in Canada.
So it will be Miguna and MOCHAMA. Canada is a very nice country.
No, but...
You just chill there and you complain.
Yeah, but it's...
And you abuse people, Miguna style.
But is that where you're going? Or politics now for you?
No, I have good friends like whom I really believe in. A man like Alfred is very driven and he dares to dream. And I know you like dreamers, but also practical. And that's where Kenya should go. These are the things that we experience. These kini machos, these we are digital duos, yeah.
Okay.
And so on. I mean, that's fine. And I'm not, but we all know where Kenyans are right now. If you live in Kenya, you know where Kenyans are.
Yeah.
These are not good things.
Yeah.
Yeah? Watu wananyongana huko mbele. Gari
Gotcha.
the car is going all over the place.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and even when Dereva and Makanga always escape, no turn boy always gets away and Dereva. But they have wrecked the lorry or the car. So these turn boys, they are very good at jumping out.
Yeah.
The passengers, you end up. Yeah, and Kenya is there. So people should be very clever, like hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kenyans get easily excited. Yeah?
When an author is done with a book, do you take a break or do you go straight into the next one?
No, then you see, these are habits. So you can't.
It's a daily.
Yeah. There are no breaks.
Is it?
Like when I finished this book in December, and I forgot to say, it was very kindly commissioned by the Konrad Adenauer Stiftung. So I thank them for trusting me instead of the usual boring academic historians. Yeah. So I thank them for that.
Okay.
Konrad Adenauer Stiftung Society. So they commissioned this book.
Okay.
Yeah. So not that I woke up and just wrote it.
Yeah.
But but I finished another one the other day,
Wow.
the end of June. That one is called A Jacket for Hamlet, and it's for, but it's a school. It's like an adventure one for like high schools. It's being published by Oxford. It will come out in September. Yes, and it was a relaxing book to write after this sort of heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots
Well, I was
of
reading
research.
Hilary Ngueno's weekly reviews. They really helped me. It's ironic he's
He's
just
passed on
passed
now,
away.
yeah.
I even went to that office of his at what's that building called Prudential?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for weekly reviews.
Okay.
For some of the parts for 70s,
Nice.
80s.
So there's a book in the kitchen now, with Oxford.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. We are thinking of launching it at the book fair.
Nice.
We'll have a stand.
Okay.
So hope, yeah. But you don't stop.
You invite us then
Because-
for that, of course.
I'm always inviting you.
So all is good in Tonyland?
No, my life, nothing is ever all good.
Okay.
Yeah, never. And honestly, Catherine, I don't know why. Yeah.
So what's not good now?
No, I'm just saying, there's always some drama all the time.
Okay. Are you a magnet for drama?
I have no idea why. All I say is at least my memoirs will be interesting. Yeah? Yeah. I go to Russia, I get shot of a woman whom I didn't even know she is dating Moscow businessmen. Yeah? Yeah.
So are you being pursued right now?
No, right now I'm not being pursued by any authorities. I'm just saying
Your life is full of drama.
there's always some sneaking drama, yeah, whether it's domesticity or there's always something.
Okay.
Every year, every new year, I just sit and I wonder, some is good,
Okay.
but I always say, gosh, what will this year bring?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like the cat with 19 lives. Yours are 19.
One must become a survivor.
Okay.
Yeah.
In this city.
My classmate Nelson Harvey was talking of being a designated survivor. You must survive. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever else goes on, just survive.
Survive. I hear
Survive.
you.
Because
I hear
if you don't survive, you guys used to say soft.
Yeah.
This country
Utaisha.
will crush you.
Okay.
Or something you'll just be crushed.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself somewhere and you don't know what happened to you, who you used to be. So
I hear
stay
you.
cheerful and survive.
Yeah. And grateful, Tony. Stay grateful.
Catherine, you have no idea how grateful I am.
Good.
Like even being here, I'm just, even this opportunity to we could chat over you a wine and me a beer, but to be able, to talk. Yeah? There's a great gratitude that, so stay grateful.
You're a good man, Tony. You're a good man. Despite the drama that surrounds you and all the wild west like things that you pursue and things, here, you're a good man with a good heart.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you, Zarina.
And congratulations on this book.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the new one. And yeah, we keep talking, we keep chatting, and keep introducing us to all these wonderful people. But Tony, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
It's
I've had
great.
such a good time.
I hope you have.
I've had a totally
I hope
wonderful
you have.
time.
Yeah, and all the best in your next endeavors. Thank you for watching. We hope you have gleaned, especially for the aspiring authors. Nikazi. Put in some work. Get in touch with this guy. How do they get in touch with you, Tony?
The Tony Mochama on Facebook is fake, so someone took. So it's Tony on Tita. Yeah, a very easy name to remember. On Tita. ONTITA.
Okay.
Yes. Tony
And you
Tita
reply to
on
your
Facebook.
messages and DMs and things like that? I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, I reply to all of mine.
I know your blog, the Catherine blog, and I always see you,
Child,
yeah.
please.
So
Tony on Tita on Facebook, we have to say goodbye. Thank you for watching today. Such a pleasure to have you tune in every weekend. The repeats go on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. And in case you just caught on this show halfway, it's right now uploaded on YouTube. You can go on there and catch it from beginning to the end. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay grateful.